We was on the bottom, yeah. Now we headed to the top, new level. On my level, don't see anybody, I don't see him. This right here could never stop, this could never stop. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. One time, ay. I live on a job, right? Yeah, I'm always at work, right? Real people stay by me, right? Haters wanna do hurt, right? Know they tryna stop me, right? Drag my name through dirt, right? I don't feed into the hate, right? I just answer with a smirk, facts. I feel so special, facts. I know my worth, facts. My bloodline royal, facts. We the kings of the earth, right? You can't stop this, nah, nah. You can't stop this, no way. Yeah.
You asked a question. You said, what about the nations? We're not concerned about the nations right now. You know what we're concerned about?
Okay, listen.
Go ahead.
You can't be concerned about the nation to a certain point. When they start disrespecting you, when they start like, you know, they got these stars, they make a profit off this stuff. But you know what I'm saying? You can't really say nothing. You can get out here and listen to this thing. You got to preach. However you can. Like put a tax on the day. So long as you're here, you're gonna pay this to the nation. You're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that
actually, you know what's funny? You're saying a lot. You're quoting scriptures that don't even know you quoting scriptures. Let me, is it Judas? No, I said 16. 16 and verse 13. Let me see. Get there. Let me see. Yeah, no, we say similar things. Right there. Judas 14:13. Read that.
The book of Judas, chapter 14 and verse 13. So they came to Holofernes, and said to him that had the charge of all his things, waking now our Lord.
So now they were trying to conquer us, and we're going to find out what they said about us. We had our own kingdom, we were in rulership, and let's see how the nations thought about us even back then. Read.
Waking now our Lord, for the slaves.
They called us what?
For the slaves have been called to come down against us to battle.
So the nations have always considered us slaves. Because the nations, let me show you something. Who took part in this? Who took part in taking the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans into slavery?
First the blacks.
No. When you say blacks, who you talking about?
I can't come into your house if somebody let me in.
No. All right, now I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a quick question. How did we get into Africa? How did we get into Africa? Like because Israel is part of Africa, but how did we get into the western, the southern, and the eastern part of Africa, like down at the bottom of Africa, the south of Africa, the Gold Coast, places like this, what they call Negro land? How did we get in these areas? What happened to cause us to go into those areas? Anybody get man, you on point.
My answer is we were always there.
We were always there. All right. Yeah, no, we weren't brought. All of us weren't brought over here. A lot of us were already here when they conquered us. A lot of us were already here, right? So you agree with that? So as far as our slavery, all nations took part in. The people that you're calling black people, you know who they were? Okay, but what I'm going to explain to you is that those people you call black people were actually so-called Hamitic people, African people. They're the ones who actually sold us into the hands of the white man. You get, you read it, and you get Joel 3. Read that, so we can keep it smooth. Read.
From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor.
So now we're going into another historical book. Read.
Page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey,
a white man, read,
captured Jerusalem.
Captured Jerusalem, black people, read.
In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
What did they do? They put an end to our nationality, our Jewish estate. They took over our land. They conquered us. Read.
with great slaughter.
With great slaughter, many of us were killed. Because you got to remember, before they came over to this side of the land, they conquered the Moors in Europe. And what did they do? They brought the Moors from over there. The ones that you call Moors, they brought them over here to translate when they came over here and conquered. But they conquered us over there first. Read.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius,
White people, read.
It has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
Over 1 million Jews. And what's one thing that we like to do? We like to have some good old-fashioned loving. And guess what we did when we got into Africa? We multiplied. We multiplied to the point where we became the majority. Where we had Negro land, places like Ghana, places like Tanzania, all those places, our people, we had all that. The Gold Coast. You got to think about this. Why did the Africans want to get us out of the land? Because when somebody moves into your land, they're better than you, smarter than you, more intelligent than you. They come with a better structure. They come with better knowledge of how to live, how to carry themselves. You know what happens? They get jealous. And what do we read that the nation said they thought of us? They thought of us as slaves. So if they thought of us as slaves, what's the first thing you think they wanted to do? Get us the hell out of their land. Because we were taking over. You got to think about it. Even if we had peace with you, but I move in your land, and all of a sudden I start multiplying. Because you know what else has happened with the African people? You know what I want. Revelation. What is it? Exodus. Hold Joel. Go to Exodus. I want to show you something. Because, go ahead, yeah.
Exodus 1.
No, it is applied to. It's not who we are. I agree. Yes, I agree. Wait. So you're trying to say this didn't happen? Oh, it happened the way they tell us. And matter of fact, the atrocities were beyond this. This is just, wait. I'm just going to say something to what you just said. This is just a fragment of what they did. What they did to us was 1,000 times worse. So you're trying to tell me those strange fruit, those blacks, Hispanics that they hung from trees until their neck snapped? You trying to tell me that didn't happen? You trying to tell me that them putting us in the ghettos all over the world did not happen? How did they do that? All right, so how did that happen?
First people, we had the bloods in slavery first.
Okay, they were in servitude, yes, during the time of King Solomon. Under us, I totally agree. Time of David, yes, they were under us. Time of Saul, they were under us. Read. Go ahead. No, you fine. They just came out of what?
That servitude, slavery, like in the 1800s.
No, incorrect. You know when they came in? They came back into power during what they call the Renaissance period. Now I want to ask you a question. What does Renaissance mean?
Renaissance mean like
it's rebirth. Rebirth of who? Rebirth of who? That's the question. The rebirth of who? We're going to read this, and I'm going to show you exactly, because the scriptures tell you who is the rebirth of. Read that real quick. Exodus. Hey, somebody give this brother a fly. Read.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 13. And then, verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more mightier than we.
Why are they more mightier than them? Because we began to multiply. Read.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies.
That's the reason why the Africans wanted us out too. Because they saw us multiplying. If you read about Israel, we always multiply. Hey, Hey, let me ask you a question, young man. What's your name? Glory. Delvorius. Let me ask you a question. Is there a lot of black people? Do black people have a lot of kids that you know of? Yes. There's a young man. So guess what? The Bible just said we multiply. We don't die, we multiply. You ever heard of Baby Kids, the cartoon back in the days? What did he say? We don't die, we multiply. Because that's what we do. We have a lot of kids. And then guess what? Oppression makes you want to have more kids. Because how do you relieve your oppression? You lay down with your wife and you multiply. Now, from there, get Joel. Hey, bro, don't leave. Don't leave. Stay. This is some important history. Just get 5 minutes. Okay, all right, okay. Go take care of your mom. Yeah, you got a card. You got a card. I just want to ask you a question before you leave. If you believe in the Bible, what tribe do you descend from? Like tribe of Levi. Okay. Now you're getting ready to leave. I want to ask you one more question. Are you married to that sister? Okay, she's your wife. Like you got court documents. Hey, wait. First he said we the ones who created the law, the judicial law. So let's go to Tobit and find out what the judicial law is for us.
Break it out. What was marriage for?
Marriage is a union between a husband and wife. Because how do you build a nation without marriage? Because you said you're about nation. All right, you tell me what it's for. What is it for?
It was, they used it. I know you said you know that. But it was used to steal inheritances.
Incorrect.
Put you in bondage.
Incorrect. You know what? You're partly right. It's just that you're merging two histories wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now. They used it as like they did on what they call $5 Indians. And what they call $5 Indians. Those are the ones they married so-called Indians, just like they're doing in the land of Jamaica right now. They so-called Moab, the Chinese man is marrying our sisters just to get the land. It's similar. But we're gonna read this just to prove to you that this was established way before this land's judicial law. Read that.
The book of Tobit, chapter 7 and verse 13. Then he called his daughter Sarah, and she came to her father. And he took her by the hand and gave her to be wife to the wife.
So now we talk about husband and wife getting married. Read.
Saying, behold, take her after the law of Moses.
After what they call the judicial law, the law of Moses, which he was a Levite who helped set up God's laws, who are the so-called Haitians today. Read.
And lead her away to thy father. And he blessed them, and called Edna his wife, and took paper, and did write an instrument of covenants.
So the paper was a covenant between you and your wife. Because say, if you love that sister, if you die today, will she have a choice? Will she be able to take on an inheritance from you if she dies? No, she won't. Because guess what? Say you're a millionaire, you got a mansion, she won't be in control of the house, you won't be leaving her nothing. All you'll be leaving her is sad without your name. She won't even have your name. That's how important marriage is, because when you marry a sister, she takes on your name. Ways of Rome? Okay, all right. So what are the ways of Rome? Hey, you said not the ways of the Rome. But first Romans was black. Now he's saying, hey, the royal Rome is the white people way. So, hey, my name Luke, man. All right. Hey, no, it's on there. Yeah, it's on there. Luke. Now you get to Samuel or Judah. And they know who Luke is. Hey, but I'm going to tell you, bro, you need to marry that sister. And when you don't marry her, guess what you're doing? You following the ways of Rome. When you don't marry her, you following the ways of a breeder. Because you following the life of Mandingo. Hey, it's time for you to come back to God's laws, man. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. Hey, to stop calling yourself a Moor, brother.
I am. You are too.
Hey, I'm black. I'm black since the 10th of Qadar.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.